Greetings to all of the brothers worldwide, no matter where you are. If you are on the live stream, as you come through the door, brothers, to help this message to be able to get out to other brothers, hit the like button on your way in the door. Share this video somewhere with somebody. Or if you don't share the video with somebody, how about you verbally share the knowledge with somebody in the physical realm? You didn't get this knowledge just to sit on it and to be selfish. That's one thing semen retention will teach you. It'll teach you to care about others as well. Brothers, the world that we live in has taught us to think with our little heads. Some of these decisions that brothers make on a daily basis, it will literally cost them everything. But because the physical and the spiritual draw of raw, unchecked emotion and lust, it will wreck your life. If you don't recognize that it has the potential to do that, it'll destroy you. What I want to do is bring awareness to your sexual life force energy. I'm not going to keep you long at all this afternoon, this evening. Depending on where you at in the world will determine what time it is for you. This channel is based out of America. That's where I'm at. I am in what people call the DMV. And I'm not just going to assume that everyone knows where that's at, because this is a very large world. DMV stands for DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. That's why I'm at, family. Just like many of you, growing up in the Western world, there's a very loose attitude when it comes to sex. The Western world does not respect it, value it, or view it the proper way that it should be viewed. In this world that we live in, because many people have yet to really understand, everything is spiritual. Everything. And everything starts in the spirit world first. Even you and me, before we were born, you were somewhere. Before you came out of your dad's loins in the form of sperm that was produced by your father's sexual life force energy. Every human being on planet Earth has that inside of them. And if you cannot effectively control yours, without a shadow of a doubt, it will completely destroy you. It'll land you in prison. It'll land you in the graveyard. It'll land you in the unemployment line, sleeping in the alley, sleeping in the gutter. And why? Because you did not have the testicular fortitude to control and harness your sexual life force energy. Outside of the power of the Most High God and Him alone, that is the most powerful energy known to mankind. If you can let that sink in and just think about that and marinate and meditate on that, the Most High God, the Creator, whose name is Yahweh, believe it or not, outside of the power of the Creator Himself, the most powerful energy on this earth is sexual life force energy. It actually has the power to create another human being. And not only that, it has the power to uplift and to build spiritually and physically. Sexual life force energy can increase your brain matter and your brain response. Sexual life force energy can actually help your body heal of injuries. Excuse me. To tell you a little example, about 3 weeks ago or so, out of left field, my knee just went east, west, north, south, all at the same time. And I happened to be, when this took place, I happened to be at what I like to call on my other YouTube channel, I like to call it being at paid slavery. Because I've come to realize working a 9-to-5 job, that is definitely not, that's not what the original plan was for man. To be working a 9-to-5 job, and for somebody else at that, to spend your whole day, your whole week, your whole month, dare I say your whole life, working for another man or woman, building their dreams up, putting their kids through college. Excuse me. Meanwhile, all you have to show for it is waking up early every day, going into a 9-to-5 plantation. And listen to me, family. All you brothers out there, don't get this twisted what I'm saying to you. I'm not knocking anybody who has a 9-to-5, because I have a 9-to-5. But I also know I'm not going to have a 9-to-5 forever, because I am constantly ascending, growing, upwardly mobile, physically and spiritually. When you retain your seed, it is literally magic. Why do you think some of these people who do witchcraft, why do you think they like to use sex as a part of their rituals? Did you ever think about that? Sexual life force energy is the most potent form of energy known to man. Semen retention is magic. And I'm not talking a figure of speech. I'm not talking figuratively. I'm talking reality-based stuff here. Because this world has taught you nothing but lies. This world is only concerned with immediate gratification, self-gratification, and self-manipulation, also known as masturbation. Semen retention has completely changed my life. And it will change yours too, if you give it a chance. Semen retention will teach you discipline. You will never rise to your strength, to the occasion, but you will always fall to your discipline. A man who can control his sexual life force energy will be able to win in all things. Just for the fact that you will be able to actually build your brain matter back up. Nobody ever taught us these things. Nobody ever taught us that our semen was literal brain matter. And then when you out here abusing yourself every day through masturbation and watching porn, do you know that when you are watching porn and when you are pleasuring yourself, watching whatever you're watching on the screen, there is a succubus demon, an invisible demon on her knees with her mouth wide open. As you are watching porn, as you are getting so aroused to the things you're watching on the screen, and you just can't help yourself. You gotta rub one out, as they say. You can't help it because you're so turned on from what you're watching on your tablet, on your cell phone, on your TV screen. But nobody ever told you that as you are so aroused, more aroused than you've ever been, did you know that your body is giving off a frequency and a vibration? When you are in that state, all the things that I just mentioned, when you're in that state, watching porn, and you are so turned on, you are rubbing one out. You ain't never been more hornier than you have right now. And you're watching that on TV, and here you are with your Johnson in your hand. Did you know that there is an invisible demon right there watching porn with you? And as you feeling so good, you just can't help yourself. It feels so good to you. That demon is right there on her knees with her mouth open. And you know how it is too. Right when you watching, you about to bust. Here you are about to bust one of the biggest nuts you ever have. But little did you know, nobody's going to tell you that there is an invisible demon right there. And she's on her knees, rubbing her hands like Birdman from Cash Money. She got her mouth wide open, got her tongue out, just like that lady on the prawn that you're watching. When you say, I'm about to come, she gets on her knees, opens her mouth, sticks her tongue out, waiting for you to come. There's an invisible succubus demon doing the same thing. And she got her mouth open. But you can't see her, but she's there. And right now, you about to come. You about to bust one of the biggest nuts you ever had. You are literally coming your brains out. Now, here's the thing. As you're coming your brains out, and it feels so good, you just keep coming. I mean, one of them nuts when you just keep coming and coming. It feels so amazing. But are you going to ask yourself the tough question? Have you ever thought about every single time you bust one load, that's 300 to 400 million sperms that are released I'm talking to somebody out there. Every time you bust a nut, there is 300 million to 400 million sperms released. Now, I know where the physical cum is at. You just came all over the place. Maybe you came on a napkin, came on a towel, came on the floor. I don't know where you came at. Came all over the bed sheets. You just come everywhere. That's the physical part. You looking at it right now because you just got finished beating off. You got cum everywhere. That's the physical part. Now here's the catcher. It's 300, 400 million unborn children in that cum. Your sperm is alive. That's why if you put it up under a microscope, a microscopic glass, a microscope, you will see those sperms wiggling all around. They're wiggling all around to indicate to you that those sperms are alive. So since sperm cannot survive outside of the body forever, so we know that the physical sperm, all that white stuff all over the place right now because you just busted. That's the physical part. But where did the souls go? Where did those 300 million to 400 million souls, where did they go? Their body is that sperm. That sperm is right there on your bed sheets. But their souls are not on your bed sheets. Where did the life force go? Where did their spirits go? You know where they went. They went right into the mouth, into the belly, into the throat of a succubus demon. She swallowed the spirits. The physical body, the physical matter, your sperm, your cum. It's all over the bed sheets, all over the napkins, all over the towels. But you cannot put a spirit on a napkin. You can only put physical genetic material. A spirit cannot be caged, not in the physical realm. So where did your invisible souls go that was in that sperm? It went directly in the mouth, in the throat, in the belly of a demon. And she swallowed 300 million to 400 million of your unborn children. Now I gotta force every brother out there to ask themselves this question. Where do you think those 300 or 400 million unborn souls are at right now? That is a hard question for every man to answer. And I doubt that many men will have the testicular fortitude to answer that question. I'm telling you right now, brother, if any man has watched this video up to this point and you've heard me ask that question, I want you to go down below in the comment section and I want your honest answer. I want your honest opinion. Where do you think those 300 million to 400 million unborn spirits go when you was watching Prime, you was rubbing one out, and you busted the biggest, hardest nut that you ever have in your life? And you thought that you were home all alone because nobody was in the house with you. But something that you come to understand on semen retention more than you ever will, we are not alone. We are all being watched, physically and spiritually. The spirit realm is watching. So when you go to watch Prawn and you break out that baby oil and you start rubbing one out, that demon gets on her knees and she's rubbing her hands like, yes, baby, I want you to bust that big old load so she can swallow hundreds of millions of your unborn children. I'm being real with y'all. Where do you think those souls go? And look, be honest, brothers. If you never even considered that before, it's okay. Just go ahead and say in the comment section, I've never considered that before. But now that you do consider it, or maybe you have already considered it way before I'm mentioning this, either way, I want to know your thoughts. Please let me know. If you're somebody who's already considered this, go in the comment section and say, brother, I've always wondered about this, or I've always known about this. Where do you think those 300 million to 400 million unborn souls, where do they go? When you are watching Prime and you bust the biggest load that you ever could imagine. So big you get ready to pass out right now. Where did those unborn souls go? Knowing that that succubus demon was on her knees, mouth open, tongue out, can't wait to swallow your load. This is real, y'all. The spiritual realm is real. When you go on semen retention, you are going to tap into literal magic. Semen retention will change your spirit. It will change your aura. I was just out earlier today at a restaurant, and this lady, she doesn't know why she was doing a double take, basically staring at me. I saw her look at me. She noticed me, turned away for a second or two, and then she came right back. Like, I can tell she was entranced. And look, why am I telling you that? I'm not telling you that to try to make myself seem like I'm something that I'm not. I'm just telling you what life has become for me on semen retention. It's magic. That lady looked at me and she saw magic. And she didn't know what she was looking at, because most men will never go on semen retention. Most men can't even go 24 hours without busting one, without rubbing one out, without watching Prime. And look, I used to do all those things. All praises to the Most High God. I don't engage in those activities. And I'm trying to help steer any brothers out there, and sisters too for that matter, because women have sexual life force energy as well. And anybody out there who is conserving their sexual life force energy, you are conserving something that is the most powerful energy on planet Earth, other than the Most High God himself. Every man and woman has this inside of them. And as a man, if you cannot control your sexual life force energy, you will be destroyed. Because it's going to make you do all kind of things that you know you should not do, but you are going to throw caution to the wind, because sexual life force energy, like I said, it's the most powerful energy on planet Earth. It causes men to do all kind of things, even things that they know would cost them their life. Because they are so horny, men will do things that they know is just not right, and they'll worry about the consequences later, because at that particular moment they are so horny and they just cannot even think straight. And look, this happens with women as well. I remember one time, this was years ago, of course, my so-called girlfriend, she said, I'm so horny, I can barely think straight. And then that is a very heavy statement, and it's a very true statement. Just think about that. She said she was so horny that she could barely think straight. You know what that means? At that literal moment, nothing else matters except immediate sexual gratification. That's sexual life force energy running unchecked. It's very powerful though. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it will teach you discipline once you start to engage. It's something that every man needs to experience, I would say at least once, but to be honest, it should be a lifestyle, not a fad, not a trend, not a challenge. That's why, and look, I'm being real with y'all. Are you going to retain your seed forever? Of course not. At some point, you are going to release. But you must not release to prawn. You must not release to pleasuring yourself to pictures on a TV screen or a laptop. At the least bare minimum, it better be with a woman if you're going to choose to release. And you better not just be being willy-nilly with it. This better be with a woman who is of the same caliber of yourself. If you are going to deal with a relationship, a marriage, a so-called partnership with a woman, she should be of the caliber which you should be able to talk to her and explain to her what you are doing. Now, it may sound weird to her at first because, especially growing up in the Western world, this is not something that people cherish. The Western world does not cherish sexual life force energy. In fact, they would like you to think that it is cheap because they want you to give it away. This world lives off of your sexual life force energy. And they're trying to make you think that it's cheap when it's actually the most expensive thing on planet Earth. We've been taught all wrong. Since I've been on semen retention, my mind is elevated. Sometimes I can't even believe how much I have learned in these past couple of years. Sometimes I can't believe how much I have changed in these past couple of years. I have more sperm in my body now than I have probably my whole life since I've been able to produce sperm. I first found out about semen retention in 2020 during the midst of the pandemic. That was a spiritual awakening for many people. And it wasn't just semen retention. I found out a whole lot of other stuff too. Semen retention was one of the things that I would have thought it was an accident, but I know it's not. The Most High God, Yahweh, He's the one who made me cross with the path of semen retention because He wanted to upgrade my life. Now, I still had to make the choice to go on retention, but the Most High God saw me seeking wisdom and knowledge, and He brought it forth. And one of the ways that He brought it forth was semen retention. I thank the Most High God that He showed me about this and that I went on that journey. Now, I'm not saying I haven't busted a nut in 5 years, but what I'm saying is I've busted, listen to this, I've busted less nuts in 5 years than I have my whole entire life. Now, you let that sink in. You let that sink in. Okay? We got Brother Clyde Willis up in here. Brother Clyde Willis says, all praises. That's right, Clyde Willis. All praises to the Most High God and Him alone. Y'all think about that. I first found out about semen retention in 2020. Now, like I told y'all, I'm not saying that I haven't busted a nut in 5 years. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I am telling you is, since 2020, when I first found out about retention, all the way up to now, I'm telling you that as right now of May 5th, 2025, I have more semen in my body today than I have had in my whole entire life. That's what I'm telling you. I've went on super long extended streaks since I found out about semen retention, long enough to see major improvements in my mind, my body, my spirit, my aura, my money, the way the world responds to me, the way people respond to me, the way animals respond to me. I cannot and I would not make this up. Semen retention is a tool that has helped elevate me in every way. I have another YouTube channel, all praises to the Most High God and Him alone. I know it's because of semen retention and the energy and the vibration that I've been on. The Most High God allowed my other YouTube channel to become monetized. I never thought in a million years that something like that could happen for me, but it did. And I know the semen retention has a lot to do with it. I got a YouTube channel that's monetized. And look, is it still a small channel? Yeah. I got like 1,300 subscribers. And that channel is a channel where we focus on things biblically, like the Bible, the book of Enoch, so-called banned books and stuff like that. It is a very spiritual channel where it's actually dedicated to the God of Israel and His children and turning people back to Him. I never thought that I would be doing nothing like that, let alone have that channel monetized. And I know this semen retention has a lot to do with that. If there's anybody on this live stream or anybody who watches this video on the playback and you would like to check out that other channel, just let me know. And once this video uploads, I will drop a link in the comments section to my other channel, my biblical channel. That is a game-changer channel over there, as is this channel is also. You know why? Because wherever the children of the Most High God go, and when we turn back to Him, wherever we go, it's something special going on. And once again, I'm not saying nothing to try to make y'all think I'm special or think I'm somebody I'm not. No. But what I am is I deal with reality. Okay? And a lot of times when you speak in hardcore truth, sometimes you got to speak things that people don't know about yet. Sometimes you got to speak things that people don't understand yet. Sometimes you got to speak things that people are not going to agree with yet. Because a lot of times when hardcore raw truth comes out, it's not popular. But the children of the Most High God, we deal with this truth and we speak this truth even before it's popular. Even when people saying no, 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 no. We know what's going on, and it's our job to bring forth truth. I know that semen retention is very important. That's why I'm never going to stop speaking on it. I know that turning people back to the God of Israel, the God of the Israelites, which I am one myself, and it has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with church. We talking about a family, a physical family of people who've been, believe it or not, been cursed by the God of the Old Testament because of the disobedience of our forefathers. I'm not trying to make anybody agree with me. I'm just telling you what's going on because I'm your brother and it's my job to bring out the truth about all things, God and semen retention. And this is the path that the Most High God has me on. Semen retention has turned my mind into a computer, a smart computer. At some point, Most High willing, this channel right here will be monetized at some point. But here's the big thing. Semen retention upgrades your brain power at such a rate, your brain will begin to act as if it's on steroids. And don't get scared. When you start feeling all this energy and you start feeling ways that you never have felt because you've never been on retention more than 2 or 3 days, some people out there can't even go 24 hours without rubbing one out, y'all. You're never going to get to where you want to be in this life like that. You walking around in a very depleted, low vibrational, even degenerative state. And believe it or not, you're actually a prime target for low-life evil spirits to enter you because you don't have any energy. Semen, believe it or not, your semen, when it is retained, it puts a force field around you spiritually. To the brothers out there who done been on semen retention before, some of you can attest to what I'm talking about. Right now, I got something in the works in a couple of months, I'll come on here and I'll share that link with any of the brothers over here about anybody who wants to know how to make money from the comfort of your home. I'm not talking about a few dollars. I'm talking about life-changing money, the kind of money where you'll be able to walk away from your 9-to-5 slavery. And that's my goal. I'm going to be, at some point, I'm going to be walking away from my 9-to-5 slavery. The chief reason being, I'm a servant of the Most High. Second reason being, I'm on semen retention. Third reason being, I got a plan. When you couple all those things together, brothers, you all can do the same thing. You go on semen retention, save your energy, and direct it somewhere. It is literal magic. And no, all magic is not evil. But see, that's what the church is going to tell you. I learned a couple of years ago, don't listen to the church. The church is actually responsible for copious amounts of bloodshed. And there's nothing nobody can say to tell me any wise different. I still see the results of it today from what the churches did, first and foremost, to my people. They've taken all of our lands. They've enslaved all of us, put a tax on us spiritually and physically, and then told us to just forget about it. And then think they got the nerve, you going to teach us about God? You got to be kidding me. You don't know a thing about God. Clyde Willis says, yes, your body will become leaner and brain will be sharper. Yes, Clyde Willis. And what a great feeling that is for somebody who's never been there before. And then you start to go on retention, and then you start to see your body getting leaner, and you feel your body getting leaner, and you feel your mind getting sharper, and your body will follow your mind. See, nobody really wants to hear this thing. That's why a video like this, the views will be very, very low. But guess what? To the brothers who understand what we're talking about, and you actually put these practices into motion, you know what's going to happen to you and me and Clyde Willis and all the rest of us? We are going to win in silence. And then you know what? Other people will see you at some point. Your winning in silence is going to start to scream on the outside. And then people outwardly are going to start to notice you. And they're going to become captivated. But remember this, just because someone is captivated with your energy does not mean they deserve to be around it. We got to start respecting ourselves, respecting our bodies, respecting our semen, respecting our seed. I'm telling y'all, semen retention has changed my life drastically. All across the board, every sector of my life has been on an upward trend ever since I started engaging in this practice, y'all. It makes you think about everything on a deeper level from every perspective. It makes you want to be a better man. It makes you want to be honest. It actually makes you not want to cheat anybody. Makes you not want to bring any harm to anybody who doesn't deserve it. And yes, I said anybody who doesn't deserve it. Because semen retention makes you want to be righteous. And guess what? Some people, believe it or not, need something to happen to them. Just like somebody out there, if there's anybody out there who is out there bringing harm to women and children, guess what? That is somebody who needs something to happen to them. I don't care who likes that. I deal with reality. Semen retention grounds you in reality. And the people who need love and compassion, semen retention makes you want to give that to them. And when you go on retention, you're giving love and compassion to yourself. First and foremost, you cannot help anybody else unless you help yourself first. So go on retention. And you know what you need to do? Realize that that is magic. Don't be afraid of it. I'm telling you what I would like everybody to do. I would also like every brother that's over here, if you want a deeper understanding of spiritual things, if you want to know the hardcore truth about the one who the world calls God, I would love for all the brothers over here on this channel to go over to my other YouTube channel and subscribe to that channel, and then just check it out. You ain't got to comment on none of the videos, but just check it out and see what we got going on over there. It'll be the best thing that ever happened to you. And I'm telling you what I know. Why? Because I love the brothers. I love the brotherhood, and I love the sisterhood. The Most High God gave me a job to do, and I wear multiple hats. On this channel right here, this is the Semen Retention channel. This channel is dedicated primarily to men, but there's women too. Women have sexual life force energy. They don't have semen, but they do have sexual life force energy. Every human being has it. That's why we're all alive on the earth right now, because of that energy. It's the most powerful energy on earth, outside of the Most High God himself. And that's why if you can't control yours, it is going to wreck your life. So you got to get a control on it and learn to guide it into something else. Because you can use your sexual life force energy for other things other than having sex. Like starting a business, making money, working out. You know what I'm saying? Having $1 million idea. Clyde Willis says, yes, I heard women can actually have benefits from celibacy. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They will by default become pure. It's like cleaning their sexual laundry. They will cleanse out any other sexual energy from any other partner that they have had, and they will actually can cleanse their spiritual sexual slate, which will allow them to be able to think clearer, to think better. It'll make them more aware of that energy when they're holding it, just like you and me. It'll make them think about things and consider things that they have never even crossed their mind. And that's the kind of woman that you want to deal with. And if you go on that long enough, I'm not telling nobody to do that just to go out and attract a woman. No, you do that to better yourself. But attracting a woman is just a natural side effect. Just like attracting what people would call good luck. It's not luck. It's good vibration and good frequency. It's not luck. You're attracting that because semen has power. And even if for a woman, she doesn't have semen, but sexual life force energy is the most powerful energy ever. So when you're holding that, it's like a beacon and a magnet. And you can use it like literal magic. Not figuratively speaking, I'm talking literal abracadabra magic. And that scares people too, because everybody thinks that magic is evil. And you think that because of what church has done to the world. Church is the one using magic on people. Got the nerve to accuse everybody else. Ain't nobody using magic more than church. They done brainwashed the whole earth into drinking spiritual blood, into eating a spiritual body. That is a whole demonic and satanic ceremony, but they told you it's communion. And somehow this is going to get you closer to God by being a spiritual vampire and a spiritual cannibal. Whole time they got the whole world doing a demonic, satanic blood ritual, calling it holy. I don't care nothing about no church, and I do not care who likes that. I'm not bashing any of the brothers who are in church, but I am bashing the church because they destroyed the whole earth, and they destroyed God's chosen people first, and they turned everybody into a bunch of spiritual vampires. And the Most High God is not happy. And that's why he's been destroying our community, y'all, because we're breaking his laws. God said, don't eat blood of any kind. But the whole church told you to drink Christ's blood and to eat his body. The church is going to hell. Clyde Willis says, communion is a ritual. They hypocrites. Exactly, Clyde Willis. Hypocrites with a capital H, brother. Hypocrites. And people will get mad at you and me for saying that because they can't handle the truth. You know why? Because they're under the spell of magic, the evil magic. I'm steering brothers and sisters back to what you would call, believe it or not, y'all, there is a such thing as righteous magic. And since I'm a Hebrew Israelite and that ain't no religion, that's my race. I know about ancient Hebrew divination and magic. You guys will never understand, for the most part, Moses in the Old Testament. Moses was doing ancient Hebrew divination and magic. Elijah, same thing. Joshua, same thing. Joshua spoke to the sun, commanded the sun to stand still. If you saw somebody on the streets today who was in the middle of a war and they spoke to the sun and said, sun, stand still, everybody out there would say he's doing witchcraft and magic. That's what you would say. A man of God, Joshua, did that. Another man of God, the Most High, Moses. Moses killed the entire Egyptian army with a stick, with a staff. If you saw somebody do that today, you know what you would say? They're doing evil witchcraft. I know how people are. That's what you would say. What you don't understand, and it's because of church, you got evil magic and you got righteous magic. But the church has been the one running the world a little more than 2,000 years. All that crap is over now. The real righteous ones are rising back up, and it ain't got nothing to do with church. It's a holy bloodline. Nobody can stop this. And all of these ancient practices turning back to righteousness, we don't care if the church agrees with it or not. We know that all magic is not evil. The magic that they do on you at church is evil. Getting you to drink blood, getting you to eat bodies. Did you know that if the Most High God was to return to the earth and he caught you doing communion, did he strike you down right there? But these words that I'm saying, they're not popular words. You know why? Because the whole earth has been colonized by the church. You just wait until the Ancient of Days comes to this world. He's going to destroy every single church and every pastor out there. They're going to get the wrath of Almighty God himself. Semen retention gives me the testicular fortitude to not give a damn and tell you the truth. Because y'all are my brothers out there. And I'm going to tell my brothers the truth. Because that's what real love does. Go on semen retention, brothers. Look, even if you can't last more than 7 days, give yourself 7 days to not let any leak out of your energy. And in those 7 days, when you're on semen retention, I want you to exercise. Go for a jog. Lift some weights. Do some push-ups, calisthenics. Get physical. Do some reading. Do you know that when you're on semen retention and that you learn, do you know that you are able to return things easier and longer when you're on semen retention? Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. I hope that somebody out there has been edified by this video. Once again, if there's any brothers out there who would like to learn more about the one who the world calls God, all you got to do is go in the comment section and say, hey, bruh, drop the link to the biblical channel, and I'll drop the link. Until then, all my sexual life force energy warriors, I'll see you on the next one. We got Brother Clyde Willis. Brother Clyde Willis says, I'm only 5 days in right now, but lives But lives like this motivate me to keep pushing. Hey, brother Clyde Willis, you can do it, brother. Hey, brother Clyde Willis. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you for going 5 days, brother. Because most brothers, they can't even go 24 hours. And in this world that we live in, where you are constantly being pushed and pulled to give up your sexual life force energy, going 5 days might as well be 5 months. So I want to applaud you, brother Clyde Willis, for hanging in there for those 5 days. I know it's rough, brother, but you can do it. Look, you're already doing it, Clyde Willis. And you know what I want to tell you, brother? Take it one day at a time, brother. Take it one day at a time. Don't even get out in front of yourself and start looking at day 8, day 9, day 15, and so forth. Nope, you 5 days in, relish in that. Just think about that and think about what you need to do to get better. And when tomorrow comes, you worry about winning tomorrow when tomorrow comes. You can do it, brother. You're already doing it. And you can do it. And you know what? Make sure that you are doing something with that extra energy that you're getting, brother. Let me read this. Clyde Willis says, I hooped out somebody yesterday. They were all out of breath and needed breaks, but I was energized. I'm turning 22 on Thursday. Wow. And you a young brother too, 22 years old. And Clyde Willis, I wish I knew about semen retention when I was 22, brother. Brother, when I was 22, there was no talks. YouTube didn't exist. Nobody in the physical world was talking about retention. In fact, when I was 22, all I could think about was what everybody could think about, busting nuts, brother. You are in a great position, brother. You're turning 22 on Thursday, which means right now you're 21 and you already know about retention. Brother, you are ahead of the game. And look, I'm glad you noticed that too. Because look, even though I'm older, I'm way older than you, brother. But I noticed too, even me being on retention, I'm out there hooping with young niggas out there busting their ass. Alright? I cannot make this up. I'm out there taking young niggas to the hoop half my age. Do you hear what I'm saying? And I know they looking at me sometimes like, yo, how the hell does this old man get buckets like this? Not even knowing semen retention. That's a secret to the men who know we know. And you are ahead of the game, Clyde Willis. I had no idea you was that young. Shout out to you, bro, for being a young man on his game, brother. Clyde Willis says, I believe you too. because you're on retention, you know how it feels, right? You know the upgrade that it gives you physically and psychologically. And it gives you a different mojo. I noticed that too. I definitely noticed that. Clyde Willis says, best kept secret. Yes, it is. It is a secret. And to any man out there who can control his sexual life force energy, sky is the limit to you. You will be able to really do some things in this life. You'll be able to get you some money. And in this world where there's constantly pulling on you for financial resources, you need to make as much money as one can make. And I'm telling y'all, in a couple of months, I'm going to be unveiling one of my latest strategies that I'm going to be engaging in. And I do really, truly believe that this is the one. This is the one right here. I'm very excited to get that up and going. It's still a couple of months out from being ready to roll out. But once it does, I'm definitely going to let y'all brothers know about it, because it will be a chance for you to change your life and start making money. And I ain't talking about just no little side money. I'm talking about money that you will be able to control your own destiny. You won't have to work a 9-to-5 job. Trading our time for money is an outdated model. And because I've been on semen retention, I've been thinking, coming up with a master plan. And this one right here, I truly believe this is going to be the one that's it right here. This is going to be the one that's going to get me out of the 9-to-5 plantation. And when I get that channel up and rolling, I'm going to share it with y'all. And anybody who wants to learn, you're going to have, if you want to earn, you must learn. That's what I'm doing right now. And once I get a better handle on it, I'm going to share it with you, brothers. And anybody who wants to latch on to it, be my guest. It'll be one of the biggest things to change your life. Clyde Willis says, I'm pulling for you, fam. Salute. Hey, Clyde Willis, I appreciate that, brother. And I'm pulling for you, fam. Keep on going, Clyde Willis. You can do it. You got it, bro. And to everybody else out there, you can do it too. You got this too, fam. And semen retention will help you heal quicker from injuries. It was like 3 weeks ago. My knee went north, south, east, and west all at the same time. It was a horrific injury. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm way, way, way further along in healing than I thought I would be. Okay? It's borderline a miracle. And I know that it's because I've been on retention. This knee injury was severe and it was horrific. I know it's because I was and I still am on retention that I'm able to withstand that horrific injury. And now I'm not all the way back, but I'm significantly further along than I would normally be. And sometimes I think about it. What if I wasn't on retention when I had this knee injury about 3 weeks ago? What if I had been in the midst of just busting all the time? I'm sure I would be in horrible shape right now, but I'm not. Even though I'm not 100%, I'm already back to jogging 2 miles. Y'all don't hear me. For 2 or 3 days, I couldn't even stand up, let alone walk. Now I'm already back jogging 2 miles. I don't think y'all heard me, y'all. I do not think y'all heard me. Semen retention is literal magic. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already, Clyde Willis, brother, keep on doing what you're doing. I'm rooting for you, bro. You got this. And I'm rooting for all of the brothers out there. Y'all can do it. Clyde Willis says, that's great. The recovery on this journey is unmatched. Say it again, Clyde Willis. You ain't speaking nothing but the truth, bro. And you such a young bro. Oh my gosh, 21 years old. I wish I would have knew this when I was 21 years old. Clyde Willis, you are ahead of the game. You found out about semen retention because the Most High God is trying to help you, bro. Keep going, bro. You got this. You can do it. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to see all of y'all on the next one, family. Like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. I'm out.